What is your definition of pipeline at your company? What we hear a lot is a lot of varying answers. It's an opportunity opened. We count it as pipeline when the sales team has completed a full product demo. All like similar in theory definitions, but slightly different. But that's kind of what we mean is not all pipeline is created equal. So we work with a lot of SaaS companies here at Refine Labs, various industries, various stages, different, complexities in their business. So we thought, okay, we need a better way to understand and give our customers more data on like, is this good? That's a question we get all the time. Is this good? Is our pipeline growth good? Is our, how are we tracking? Like everybody loves benchmarks. And that's the problem is that without standardized data, the benchmark is challenging. So we set out to do this. There was a kind of internal task team. We're like, all right, we're going to audit and collect all of our customer data. And we want to look at trends and then like give those insights to our customers. Like, hey, you're above average on your pipeline growth quarter over quarter over the last year or the last 6 months, or even, booked meeting growth. We tried to figure out, can we make this work? How do we make this work? Like, what's a system that's better for not only our customers, but essentially the industry? And that's really what we wanted to figure out. So most companies forecast, model, and optimize using all pipeline or maybe just inbound and outbound pipeline. So it's kind of like a blended approach, just like when we talk about splitting the funnel and forecasting. You shouldn't forecast all your MQLs and leads the same, right? They're very different conversion rates. Same thing when you get to the pipeline level. It's super challenging to compare benchmark companies and give them like actual actionable data because there's no standardized definition. A lot of it is very subjective. So, and it's tailored to the internal process, which makes total sense from an internal company standpoint. So it's something that we developed here at Refine Labs that we use to understand the performance of our go-to-market source, which is pipe. We've branded that, and that's essentially our high intent website conversions. High intent. They've personally said, I want to talk to the sales team, and they came to you to ask for that. That's this go-to-market funnel, and that's what this is going to be kind of centered around. So regardless of what your sales setup is internally, whether they go to an SDR first or an AE first, or they have a discovery call versus a demo call, like that's all subjective and that's going to change. We want to know did they book a meeting with your sales team? It's something that you can use across all go-to-market functions. The reason being you can use it across go-to-market functions is because it's standardized on win rate. So you could have, a pipe high intent revenue opportunity. And the reason we specifically called it like revenue opportunity is because it's centered around win rate, which is greater than 25%, which is 1 in 4 should close, right? So it's got a consistent, proven predictability to revenue, right? And that's what we wanted to standardize around the 25%, the 1 in 4 high intent revenue opportunities. You will see this, and this is kind of how we can explain this concept is we've already mentioned it's a standardized definition around win rate. So boom, apples to apples. You could compare a HIRO from company 1 to company 5, and you could actually start benchmarking and understanding trends. You could also do that across your go-to-markets. So you could have your HIROs for pipe. You could have outbound that HIROs that fit that definition, partner, events, what have you, right? And then you would have, okay, how much actual qualified pipeline that we describe as HIRO is coming in. And the reason you can do that is because it's standardized. So here's an example. Again, this data is kind of just like sample data to explain the concept here, but you have this could be 3 different companies or 3 different go-to-markets, and you're going to have your different stages. So let's just take this first line as the example here. Stage 3 has a win rate of 25%. So that's when we know when it hits stage 3, we know it's considered a HIRO. So you can kind of see how you could use this definition across different companies to benchmark, and then also internally across different pipeline sources. This is the game changer. I think this is the unlock, right? We're starting to do this, and I see a lot of other companies and marketers going in this direction, and even like, go-to-market teams, not just marketing, like sales leaders and revenue leaders. We're starting to do this at the top of the funnel. I see a lot of customers and people that we help, they're reporting on like, okay, here's our high intent goals. Here's low intent. We're moving resources and we're focusing on this high intent. Okay. But then once it gets to like the opportunity and pipeline, it kind of goes back to blended again. It's like, we gotta do this all the way down throughout the entire go-to-markets, and then treat them as almost like mini separate business units. Like you might have a team dedicated to each go-to-market differently. Like I know a lot of people have, outbound separated, or they have events and field. And yes, all the teams are still working together, but the needs of each go-to-market is going to be very different. You can get this data backdated too. So you can have historical data on some of these stages in your CRM. You might need some help with that, but we can. And so the business now becomes, what are our main KPIs that we are goaled off of, that we are tracking? And that's where this model comes in, and I think truly gets adopted, is what is the CMO accountable to? What is the VP of sales really wanting, or CRO? We want more HIRO pipeline generated, hopefully from pipe, but honestly, from whatever source we can get it, we want more HIRO pipeline, because it's going to drive the revenue growth. So it takes a lot of the top of funnel metrics that a lot of people get in the weeds around channels and leads out of it, and perfectly aligns everybody to be driving towards the same goal. So that's one of the big benefits of this type of model, is it really perfectly aligns sales and marketing.